We welcome you into the Titans pregame show as we get set for the Panthers of Platt and the Titans of Hall to get ready to face off on Monday Night Baseball here in West Hartford. Players taking the field right now. Hall comes into this one off of back-to-back losses, and they look to get back into the win column. Lost both games by just one run apiece. Meanwhile, Platt comes into this one 5-1 in back-to-back seasons. And they look to keep their roll. Right now, they're on a hot streak. They look to keep that going. It's the Titans taking on the Panthers. First pitch coming your way next. And we welcome you back to WHCI as we get set for the first pitch here in West Hartford. First pitch, 3:57. So nearly 12 minutes after the intended first pitch, which was a time of 3:45. That one is outside for a ball. It'll be Grant Davidson on the hill for Nick Sanford's squad as they come into this one off of back-to-back losses, looking to get back into that win column. It was a 2-game road trip they took. And now they're back home, looking to take advantage of the home cooking. This is Giovanni DiMatteo in the batter's box. See, swings and hits this one foul. DiMatteo, a senior this season. And he made the 2025 CCC All-Conference list. He fouls this one off again. And Davidson, a senior as well, throws right, bats right. He's got a 4-pitch repertoire, sinker, cutter, a changeup, and that curveball. Swing and a miss. So the first punch out of the game for Davidson. Starts it off right. So we take a look at the keys to the game for the Titans today. It'll be about protecting the home turf. This is where Hall's been at their best, and they don't lose often here. If that trend holds, they're going to be in a great spot today. This one is swung on and hit right into the glove of the second baseman for the second out. It'll also be about keeping bats rolling. When Hall's offense is clicking, they can put pressure on anybody. The key is not letting up against a Platt team that's been dominant on the hill. Finally, it's about finishing close games. The difference lately has been razor thin. One swing, one play. That's really all it takes to flip those one-run losses the other way around. That one is All upstairs. So after the Ortiz pop out, this will bring up Silverio. And Braylon Silverio is a senior for the Panthers. The pitch. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. Plate umpire points at the first base umpire. Says he held off. Davidson, the stretch. Just a little high for a walk. First base runner for the Panthers. He walks him with 2 outs. A busy day here for the Hall Titans athletics department. We got baseball going on. I know there's some lacrosse going on here behind us. This one is popped up, foul territory, and out of play. And there's also some softball going on here too. So busy day for the athletics department here in West Hartford. Check over on Silverio at first. Nothing going on. This will be Tyler Chaffee, a senior. And Davidson's been super strong on the mound this season and even last season as well. This is a true veteran arm. As that one will go out of ball 4, so back-to-back walks. And now 2 are on with 2 away. Well, Platt, they got a good chance here. They won't get many of these with Davidson on the hill. This is a true power pitcher at the high school level. Doesn't let situations like this phase him often, and boy, does he attack that strike zone. Big punch-out pitcher. Panthers will definitely have to tread lightly here. So this will be Kenneth Morrow Jr., the senior. Pitch to Morrow. He swings and hits this one into the outfield. That'll get down on the warning track. That's going to score a run, maybe 2. They're waving him home. Gets the throw in off the bounce. That'll score 2. So Morrow Jr. gets a 2 RBI single. And Platt strikes early on in this 2-out rally they've got going on. 2-0 early on for Platt. This is the other side of Meriden. The Titans have not seen this season. They saw Maloney. Of course, Platt and Maloney, crosstown rivals of their own. That one inside almost gets him. And so Platt comes as the Titans get a look at the other side of Meriden. This one is swung on and hit into center field. Nabman will grab it on the run for the out. So a couple runs coming to score off of a 2 RBI single. The Titans get out of it. Only 1 hit allowed in the inning. No errors, 2-0. Platt leads it. back here on WHCI as this one is ripped into left field for a base knock. First pitch swinging to get us started here. Well, the Titans even give us a chance. Jeff Nyman getting the single there. That'll bring up Josh Gertner. And the Titans will look to get aboard here with a runner on first. Nobody gone here. That one is low, 1-0. Vince Romano, the pitcher for Platt. He's a senior and a righty thrower. Romano sets the pitch. That one's in there for a strike, 1-1. The pitch. One's upstairs. We'll take a look at the defensive alignment as it lines up behind Romano. It'll be Chuck Ortiz and Di Matteo in the outfield. And then in the infield from third to first, it will be Silverio, Page, Anand, and Chaffee as the runner goes to second and is able to get there. Well, the Titans will pick up a stolen bag. Runner goes, pitches a ball, and no throw from behind the plate. So Nyman swipes second and third. And now they have a run just 90 feet away. This one is popped up, foul territory, and out of play. I'll have to send somebody to grab that. Ends up in the lacrosse practice field. The pitch. And one upstairs, ball 4. So payoff pitch comes to no avail for Romano as Gertner able to get on, draw a walk. 2 on, nobody gone here. That'll bring up Kyle Sharkey. Taking a look at the rest of Nick Sanford's batting order. We have on deck Max Hannawald, the designated hitter. Then it's Quinn O'Neill in the 5-hole spot, followed by Tommy Hussey and Matt Panarella. And then rounding out the order for the Titans will be Luce Sauer and Jamie Alerte. That's how Nick Sanford's got his squad batting in today's ball game. Well, Gertner leading off first, Nyman off of third. Romano the pitch. One's in there for a strike. Titans always a threat to steal. So Romano and the rest of the Panthers will have to keep an eye on Gertner over at first as they throw overs to check on him. Romano can hear me, I guess. He checks over at first. The pitch, runner goes. They drop the ball. And Gertner gets in there. So that's 2 runners in scoring position. Nobody gone here. One is. It'll be 2-2 now. 3-2 now, actually, after that last pitch. So full count here. Romano talking to his battery mate. On this chilly Monday afternoon, they don't want to let these Titans get too warm. That one upstairs. So this will make it 3-2 now. This one is fouled off. One ball four, so bases are loaded now with nobody gone. Sharkey able to draw a walk there. That'll bring up Max Hannawalt, the junior designated hitter today. Hannawalt looks at a ball high. Well, Hannawalt told us in the offseason that something he's been working on is becoming a leader and keeping runners close on base. He grounds this one to first. Toss home for the force is good. They're going to call him out on a double play. On a throw to first. Hannawalt did not look like he agreed with that call. So the Panthers get the twin kill in there for 2 quick outs. Will be a strike as Quinn O'Neill steps in for the first time today. O'Neill, last time he was on this field, had a 4-hit ball game as he hits this one into the outfield and continues his hot hitting at Hall. That's going to score 2. And look at this from Quinn O'Neill. Gets in with a 2 RBI double with 2 outs. Hits the scuba on second as well. And O'Neill just continues to punish the pitchers on this ball field. That'll bring up Tommy Hussey. One is upstairs. Well, really, it was just a good piece of hitting there from the senior in O'Neill. I mean, these pitchers have been giving him some really nice in the strike zone pitches to swing at, and he's been taking advantage of it as much as he can. These last couple games, he's just been able to see the ball so well. I mean, it's almost like he's got like one of those like paddles. You got a canoe, and not a bat up there. He's swimming with a paddle. Either that or the baseball looks like a beach ball to him. That one's in there for a strike. 2-1 now to Hussey. Hussey and O'Neill teammates in the spring and in the fall. They both played football. So Hussey fouls this one off 2-2 now. And they're both in their senior season. The pitch. Oh, that one upstairs. It's passed. That's a wild pitch, and O'Neill will make his way over to third. on that wild pitch. And now he's got a great view of home plate if Hussey can get him there. Romano checks over at third. Sets the stretch. This one is swung on and hit into right field. Gets down. That'll score. O'Neill. Hussey rounding first. Headed to second. He will put the brakes on there. And he gets an RBI double. This is a great piece of hitting there. Get some props from Coach over at third base. And Tommy Hussey's aboard with an extra base hit. That'll bring up Matt Panarella as the Titans take a lead there. And we're going to have a visit on the hill. This is a big game for Platt and for Hall, really. Platt comes into this one only one loss on the season. They're 5-1. And they look to keep building on this lead in the conference that they are pushing for, so they can get one of the top seeds in the CIC tournament this season. On the other side, the Titans working with a tough schedule this year, and they are looking to win as many as they can. But it looks like we will have a pitching change here for the Panthers, so in a spot where he doesn't want to take any chances, he goes ahead and makes the switch. So Romano's afternoon is done before it really even got started. We'll take a break, come back, watching WHCI. Back here on WHCI as we take a look at the Hall Titans hot hitting as of late, a plus 70 run differential in their last 12 regular season games coming into this. You see the numbers there and the drop note. That one ends up landing behind us over by the AV team. That just made their way over here. But you do see the numbers there on Hall, outscoring their opponents 127-57 during that span. Some insane numbers from the Titans as they continue their hot hitting. And Matt Panarella, the batter here. And he's got a runner on with two gone here. And he's the first to greet the new pitcher for the Panthers. A couple of substitutions for Platt. They moved to Romano to right field. And they moved DiMatteo to first. This one is going to be hit up the middle. That's going to score a run. Panarello keeps the hit parade going. How about that? And now they increase their lead by 2. 4-2, Titans lead it. And it's Tyler Chaffee, the pitcher now. He was the first baseman, and he now moves his way over to the mound. It'll bring up Luce Sauer. Sauer, a right fielder. Looks at a strike there. Sauer, an everyday starter this season, and he was a frequent starter last season as well. Part of the big return that the Titans got. Pitch is called a strike. Runner breaks for second. Toss there is not in time. And he'll get a stolen bag. Panarello swipes second. And now runner in scoring position with 2 gone. Chaffee sets. Checks over at second base. The pitch. That one low, gets past. Panarello breaks for third. He'll be in there comfortably on the wild pitch. So now he's just 90 feet from home. She scored that a pass ball. So 1 on, 2 outs, 1-2 the count. The pitch to Sauer. Swung on. That one gets up the middle. And Sauer gets himself an RBI single. Hall's hot hitting just continues here in the first. So Sauer's aboard off the RBI single, and now this will bring up the 9th batter of the inning in Jamie Alerte. Alerte, one of the newer starters on the team this season. He comes in as the new catcher, and he's got some big shoes to fill. Filling in for Tyler Redden, the Division I college commit, and one of the senior captains on last year's team. Redden was a catcher, but he batted in the leadoff spot. He looks at a strike there, Alerte. Yeah, Redden was one of the more special players last year. He was a part of that great senior class that Nick Sanford and the Titans had. He went on to play Division I baseball now. He was one of those players that was that rare combo of power and speed, sort of a Ken Griffey-style player. This one is swung on, fouled off, so the runner will have to retreat back to first. Sauer goes on the run. 2-2 with 1 on and 2 gone. And that was a really good senior class. Burke Reynolds was a part of that one, too. Everyday center fielder. Throw to first. Oh, it's off target. Sauer's going to break for second. Off the error. He's going to reach second off that error. Yeah, we'll call that an E1 for those scoring at home. Well, they'll tell Sauer to make his way back to first. Looked like he might have lucked out. So they move Sauer back to first. And Alerte looks at a called third strike as the Panthers finally get out of it. But now before allowing 5 runs to come across to score, many hits, 5 runs. The Titans up by 3. We've played 1. We head to the second. Back here on WHCI as we get set for the start of the second inning. If you're just joining us, the Titans lead it. A home run there to start the inning for Romano. And now the Titans only lead by 2, so first pitch swinging, he goes yard. Davidson the pitch. That one's in there for a strike. Datchik the hitter here. The 8-hole hitter for the Panthers. Caleb Datchik is a senior and a lefty hitter. Pitch to him. This one is swung on, and that'll find into the glove of the left fielder of Tommy Hussey. A great play there. Gets it on the dive, flashes the leather for the first out of the inning. Well, that was a special play there from the veteran outfielder, as now that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Devin Page. Page, a sophomore at Platt. And Brian McCarty's side will look to try to get something going. Only one away here. They do pick up a run via the home run this inning. But if Page can get on, that'll bring up the top of the order. Davidson the pitch. Swung on and missed. Quickly a strikeout there. And it's his first strikeout of the inning. That'll bring back the top of the order. And DiMatteo. Gio DiMatteo, a senior, pops this one up. Alerte was there, but it ends up going out of play. So 0-1 the count to DiMatteo. Well, DiMatteo is a senior outfielder and pitcher. He's playing first right now. He started in right field, but was subbed in the middle of the first inning. Pitch, fouls this one off. Last season, DiMatteo hit .419 with 26 hits, had 7 doubles and 18 RBIs. He was listed on Connecticut Insider's top 25 players to watch for the 2026 baseball season this year. That one is going to be upstairs for a ball. This one is lifted into the outfield, so DiMatteo gets aboard with a base knock. So with 2 gone here, the Panthers look to get something going. So he leads off first. Davidson sets, checks over at first, and steps off. So we'll do it again. Checks over on first for DiMatteo. Nothing going on. This is the number 2 hole hitter, Jim Ortiz, the junior. Looks at a strike there. Rand looks over at first. The pitch, DiMatteo breaks for second. The swing, they're going to go on the hit and run there. DiMatteo makes his way over to third. So the Panthers successfully play the hit and run on that one. So DiMatteo able to move from first to third on that single from Ortiz. And now the tying run is on first with 2 gone here. That'll bring up Silverio. Runner goes. This one is popped up. Left field. Hussey on the dive is able to get it there for the out. So they leave a couple runners stranded. 1 run via the home run. They still trail it by 2. You're watching WHCI. Back here on WHCI as we get set for the home half of the second. Titans still up by 2. And we're starting back with the top of the order after the Titans were able to bat all 9 batters in the first inning. A ball there. This will be Jeff Nyman. I went a bit upstairs for a ball there. Chaffee the pitch. That one is in there for a strike. Nyman 1 for 1 today. The pitch to him. That one's in there for a strike. Quickly 2 on him. So Chaffee works his way back into this count and is able to get him on the punch out there. So from 3-0 to a strikeout, Chaffee works his way back. And that'll bring up Josh Gertner. He walked and later scored his last time up. The pitch. That one is outside 1-0. Gertner, a senior. Everyday starter for Nick Sanford's side and short. 2-0 to Gertner now. The pitch. This one is swung on high and deep into center field. Is caught for the out. Quickly 2 are gone here. With 2 gone and nobody on, the Titans will try to look to pick up another run here. Kyle Sharkey will be the man at the plate with the task to get this hitting going here in the second. That one's in there for a strike. Chaffee looking for a shutdown inning here. Check swing fouled away. 0-2 now. Well, if he can manage to shut them down this inning, he'll be able to give their team a chance back into this one. Check swing there. Call by the umpire at first says he didn't go. 1-2 now. Sharkey walked in his last AB. Pitch. Swung on, grounded to short. Gets past him, man. That's a single there for Sharkey. As it gets past Page. Well, that was a rough play there. Got past him. It looked routine, but I'm unsure of what happened over there. But nevertheless, 2 outs, and now 1 on for Max Hanawalt. Hanawalt 0 for 1 today. Looks at a ball 1-0. Sharkey was able to swipe 2 bags the last time he reached base, so we'll see what happens here as he stays put for now. Chaffee checks over at him on first. The pitch. This one is lightly hit to third. Tossed to first on the bounce. Is not in time. Gets past the first baseman. Sharkey will make his way to third on that play. Now runners on the corners with 2 gone. Folks, that is why you always run it out as hard as you can. Coaches tell you that when you're in Little League. You always run as hard as you can up that first base line no matter what. That is why, folks. That is why. Tosses it to first on the bounce, but Hanawalt just super fast, was able to beat it out. Leg out a single as a result. That'll bring up Quinn O'Neill. He's 1 for 1 today. hit a 2 RBI double his last plate appearance. And he is one of the hottest hitters in this lineup. He's really seeing the ball well as of late. And the team, Nick Sanford and co., have definitely taken notice. The pitch, runner goes on first. This one is hit right back to Chaffee. He will jog up to first and just flip it right to him for the out. So nothing comes of the 2-out rally. Titans still up 2 runs on this one. 5-3 the score. Played 2, we head to the 3rd. You're watching WHCI. Back here on WHCI as we get set for the top of the 3rd. Davidson still out there on the hill as we take a look at Platt, who's looking for their first win against the Titans since 2019. Just their 2nd meeting since then. They have started this year 5-1. These two teams don't face often as this one is softly grounded to Gertner. Scoops it up, tossed to Panarello over at first for the out. So 1 gone here quickly for the Panthers. And a 41 run differential overall this year for them. That's entering today. 4 of their 5 total wins this season were by 10 or more runs. So Panthers, a really strong offensive team. This is really a locomotive of 2 powerhouses of offenses facing off against each other right now. 2 of the hottest teams in Connecticut facing off. A battle of the brutes, if you will. So far, I would say this is a lower scoring affair than I thought it would be at this point in the game for both sides, really. Neither team has allowed too many runs this season, but they are known for producing a lot of runs. So we'll have a runner on first after the walk. Davidson just starting to settle in at this point, which could be really scary for the Panthers. He's a pitcher that you really don't want to let settle in. That's when he starts feeling comfortable on the mound. He starts really hitting the strike zone and pressing some of those corners and really borderline calls that find their way into the strike zone as that one is flown to center field for the out. Again, I talked about it earlier, but Davidson is really one of the power strikeout pitchers in the conference. He's not afraid to attack that strike zone. And he's definitely not afraid to make batters chase on that curveball either. Checks over at first for Morrow Jr. This one is grounded to second. Flips over to Gertner, who's covering the bag for the out. So nothing doing, no hits, no runs, no errors. The Titans lead it. Played 2.5. We head to the home half of the third. Titans Baseball is presented by WHCI. Community engagement, including viewer feedback and online reviews, plays an important role in expanding the reach of WHCI baseball telecasts and connecting more fans with local competition. So quickly, we start this inning with a flyout. We come back from break, and there it is. Just like that, 1 out away off a first pitch cut from Tommy Hussey. Yeah. Chaffee still out there on the hill for the Panthers of Platt. And this is Matt Panorella. He's 1 for 1 today. Titans coming off of back-to-back losses. As Panorella looks at a strike, they'll look to get back in the win column today. So far, so good up to now. They're holding a 2-run lead. This one is grounded to second. Should be routine. Scooped up, tossed to first is in time for the out. So now 2 are gone. And it steps in Lou Sauer. Yeah, and really, it's a shame for those 2 losses as well because each loss was only by 1 run. So, I mean, it's a loss regardless, but it's really tough when you lose games like that, especially on the road. Both of those road games, too, was Berlin and East Catholic, as that one's in there for a strike. Yeah, just 1-run ball games, always tough to drop, but Titans are able to produce good offense at home. Swing and a miss, a strike there. And at least right now hold a lead. They've been successful last season and this season combined at home. Just 2 losses total. 1 this year, 1 last year. 1 this year being to Southington, who leads the CCC Central right now. And they'll step out of the box. Sauer 1 for 1 today. This one is swung on and missed for the punch out. So 1, 2, 3 go the Titans. No hits, no runs, no errors. They lead it by 2. We've played 3. We head to the 4th, and you're watching WHCI. Back here on WHCI as we take a look at the Panthers' upcoming schedule. They're facing Hall right now, but then they'll go home for a 2-game set. It'll be Bristol Central and then Middletown before they play in the crosstown rivalry game of Meriden against Maloney. That'll be a 6 p.m. start. Back-to-back 6 p.m. starts for them as they'll then go and face Berlin, as this one is popped up left field. And on the dive, Tommy Hussey able to make the grab, and he has been pretty unreal out there in left field today. The Panthers, after Berlin, will play Southington, the number 1 team in the CCC Central. You were able to look at the schedule a moment ago. I'll read it to you guys, though. Here it's New Britain and then Rocky Hill and then Chappaqua, which will be all at home for the Panthers. And then they will round out their mid-May schedule with Newington and Plainville on the road. Plainville, that's a 6 p.m. start. A lot of 6 p.m. starts for Meriden's Panthers. That one's in there for a strike. You don't see that too much over here in West Hartford. Conard and Hall not known for a start later than 4 typically. They're used to the 3:45 starts, and usually like once or twice a season they'll play a 4 p.m. game, but this one is fouled away. Davidson still out there on the rubber for Nick Sanford and co. Really settling in now. Both pitchers really settling in now. Davidson, of course, started the game. Chaffee, not so much. He came in relief of Romano. And if he's able to stay in the ballgame, he'll end up being the pitcher of record. Davidson, a 1-2 count to Page. Umpire comes and chats with him. 1 gone, nobody out here. Davidson sets the 2-2. This one is fouled away. So 2-2 the count. Page really fighting off back-to-back foul balls. That one in there. Called third strike. It'll be the backwards K. Gets them looking for the second out. Davidson gets a big strikeout there. Quickly, 2 are gone with nobody on here in the top of the 4th. This one is grounded to Gertner, tossed to first in time for the out. So 1, 2, 3 go the Panthers. No hits, no runs, no errors. 5-3, the Titans lead it. You're watching WHCI. Back here on WHCI as we get set for the home half of the 4th. And the Panthers down by 2. And the Titans looking to extend their lead. And looks at a ball there. This one is fouled away. This will end up over on the lacrosse practice field. Good thing the players are way deep into this large mass of land that the Titans have beside their varsity baseball diamond. Thought about going there, holds up, but it's still a strike. This one is grounded up the middle. Oh, it goes in and out of his glove. So rule that an infield single. A good piece of hit in there from the Titans. We take a look at the Titans, who have not lost 3 straight games in a single season since the year 2024. They lost the last 2 games only by 1 run a pop. That's really crazy if you think about it. 3 straight. I mean, that is something that's tough to do. Losing 3 straight and not doing it, rather, for over a year and a half, that really speaks to this team and how disciplined they are and really how skilled they are. The Titans will look to avoid that history here. And they're up now. So at the very least, they keep this pace going. They'll walk out of here with a narrow victory. Checks over on first, nothing doing. It was Alerte there on first, and then Nyman, the batter here. So we're back at the top of the order for the Titans. Chaffee's still out there on the hill for McCarty's side. This one is lifted sky high, left field. And he's there to make the grab for the first out of the inning. So Nyman flies out there. Alerte retreats back to first. And in steps in Josh Gertner. So Gardner with a chance to advance the runner here. Titans looking to extend their lead. Checks over at first. Safe, nothing doing. Alerte a 9-hole hitter, but man, I tell you, everybody on this team can run. So it really doesn't shock me that the Panthers are checking up on even the 9-hole hitter. I mean, everybody on this team seems like they got wheels. Platt definitely did their homework, though. And they know that. Alerte leads off first. That's in there for a strike to Gardner. Gardner 0 for 1 today. This is a good piece of hitting here. Center field on the dive makes the play. Alerte runs back to first. A good play there for Ortiz in the outfield. Gets hit on the dive. That seems to be a popular play today on both sides. We've seen Tommy Hussey do that exact thing 3 different times in this ball game. And now Ortiz following in his footsteps with a flashy play of his own. That'll bring up Kyle Sharkey. He's 0 for 1 today. Alerte goes, pitches a ball, and he'll end up dropping it. So Alerte gets there with a stolen bag. A good move there from the 9-hole hitter. Able to put himself in scoring position with 2 gone. One's in there for a strike. The pitch. This one is popped up. Foul territory. It'll end up in the practice lacrosse field. The pitch. This one is fouled off. Make it 1-2 now, the count. Sharkey, a junior, and he can play tons of positions. Anywhere in the outfield, second or third, he can pitch. Sharkey is a sort of a utility player for the Titans. He throws right, bats right. And in his opinion, the best part of his game is his speed and his athleticism. That one high, but a good play there from the catcher. That will prevent Alerte from advancing. Sharkey actually believes that Alerte is the most underrated player on the team. And so with Alerte on second, he can kind of prove him right here. That one lays off, ball 4. So Sharkey is aboard now. And that puts 2 runners on here. Gonna bring up Max Hanawalt. That one a bit upstairs, 1-0. Two runners on, 2 gone here in the home half of the 4th. It'll be 2-0 now to Hanawalt. He's 0 for 2 today, but looking to change that. This one is swung on, grounded to second, flips to the shortstop covering the bag for the force out. That'll be a fielder's choice there to end the inning, but Titans still lead it 5-3. We've played 4. We head to the 5th here on WHCI. One's in there for a strike as we're back here on WHCI. Anthony Altamirano here as the Titans hold on to a 2-run lead here. This one is hit into foul territory, and O'Neal hustling over there. Well, not in time, though. So foul ball there from Ortiz. He's 1 for 2 today. Davidson still on the rubber. 2 strikes on him. The 0-2. There's a ball there. 1-2 now. The pitch. This one is lifted into the outfield. It'll get down for a base knock. Rounding first, headed second is Ortiz. Slides in there with a double to lead us off here in the 5th. So Jim Ortiz, the junior. It's a board here as Platt looks to get back into this ball game. So runner in scoring position, nobody out. And in steps in the senior Braylon Silverio. That one is in there for a strike. One lays off a ball. Silverio 0 for 1 today. Checks his swing, gets it down the first base line, but foul. Two and two. The pitch to him. That one is off for a ball. 3-2. Full count here. Nobody out, one on second. Davidson, the payoff pitch. It'll be a ball, so he draws a walk here, and now quickly 2 aboard here with nobody out. The tying run on first. The go-ahead run stepping up to the plate. Tyler Chaffee, the batter here. He's over 1 today. The pitch. One is in there for a strike. That one is low and inside. The 1-2. This one is swung on and hit into the outfield. It gets down. That's going to score a run. They're going to hold the runner at second, though. So only one here off the RBI single. A one-run ball game now, 5-4. Nobody out still, 2 on. A one-run ball game. Go ahead and run at first base. Comes Morrow Jr. Kenneth Morrow Jr. steps in and looks at a strike. 0-1 to the senior. He's 1 for 1 today. Looks at a ball there in the dirt. Davidson getting set for his 70th pitch of the ball game. It's a ball there, 2-1. Big spot here for the Panthers. Davidson steps off. This one is fouled away. So Silverio on second, Chaffee on first, and Morrow Jr. at the plate. We'll have a visit here on the hill. Comes Nick Sanford, head coach. He's going to talk with Alerte and Davidson. Give him some words of wisdom here. Sanford just giving him a bit of a pep talk there. This is a big spot here. He does trust his veteran arm in Davidson. That one's in there for a strike. So Davidson gets the punch out there. First out of the inning. Two on, one away. Pitch. This is a bunt. Davidson will toss to second for the force. And it'll be a fielder's choice. So 2 gone here. Good move there from him. And Anon will get aboard via the fielder's choice. And on back-to-back pitches, Davidson able to get back-to-back outs. So it seems like whatever Nick Sanford told him on the hill. It must be working out. This one is swung on and lifted into center field. Nyman is there to make the grab, so 3 straight pitches give him 3 straight outs. After a rough start to the inning, Platt does pick up a run. They still trail it by 1. Played 4.5. We head to the home half of the 5th. Don't miss out on the annual First Responders matchup next Monday as the Titans take on the Red Wolves in the Police versus Fire game, a community event every year with great atmosphere all around the ballpark. First pitch is set for 4 p.m., and we'll have you covered from start to finish. Catch every pitch live on WHCI. Back here on the home half of the 5th, it's Quinn O'Neill, the batter here. Looks at a ball there. Titans looking to pick up a win here. Snap their 2-game skid. That one is inside. They'd have a long break before playing their next game. They could do so. One is a little up. O'Neill, a senior, and he's really been the utility guy for this Titans. He hits it back towards the mound, and Chaffee has trouble with it, and he's able to leg out a single. Are you kidding me? How about that from Quinn O'Neill? He had some trouble fielding that there. It was just the approach there, and it looked like he might have slipped on the hill, too. It was Chaffee there, and then O'Neill is able to leg out a single. A good piece of hitting there. This will be Tommy Hussey, the batter now. One on, nobody out. The 0-1, O'Neill goes, pitches a called strike. The toss to second is into the outfield. O'Neill is going to advance on the air all the way to third. So you mark that an E2 if you're scoring at home. Hussey 1 for 2 today, and now has O'Neill eyeing home. He swings on a winning bunt. Throw to first. It's going to be in time. Throw home is a little off target. Well, they're able to get a score there off of a swinging bunt from Tommy Hussey. That was a good play there from O'Neal. Heads up. He was waiting. He was waiting there to see what they were going to do, and when he realized they threw it to first, he took off for the races. As we're going to have a mound visit here, it is Matt Panarella here at the plate as they get some cheers from the lacrosse team. Love to see that. Always good to see some fellow Hall athletics cheering on each other. As we are going to have a pitching change and a big spot here for Platt. So we'll take a break. We'll come back after the pitching change. You're watching WHCI. Back here on WHCI as we get set after the pitching change. Be Matt Panarella in. This one is swung on and hit very well, but foul. That one fouled away. This one is swung on, and it'll be a single. A good piece of hit in there by Panarella as he's able to get on. That'll bring up Loose Sauer. 1 on, 1 out. Throw to first, checks on Panarella. Nothing doing here. Sauer 1 for 2 today. That one is in there for a strike. Panarella leads off first. The pitch is low for a ball. 1-1 with 1 gone here. Pitcher sets. Panarella leading off. Throw to first is not in time. Pitcher sets. Panarella goes. Throw to second is not in time. Panarella swipes second. And now puts him in scoring position. Called strike there, 1-2 the count. But I tell you, the Titans never afraid to run. This is a team that has wheels, and they're not afraid to use them. They will run at a moment's notice. They are fearless on the base paths. The pitch. That one is in there. Strike. So they get him looking, and that's the second out of the inning. So 2 gone after the strikeout. And Panarella still out there in scoring position. That'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Jamie Alerte. So Alerte aboard, as this is a big chance for him with a runner on second and 2 gone here. This one is swung on and hit. It gets down. That's going to be a run. Rounding first, headed second. Alerte is in there with an RBI double. Well, that was a great piece of hitting there from Alerte. The first pitch he sees, he seemed to like it and sent it into the outfield. They pick up another run. 7-4, they lead it now. Giovanni Gilberti, the pitcher on the hill in relief, the second pitcher used by Platt. Out of relief, third pitcher overall. The 2 gone and 1 on. And we bat at the top of the order now. Jeff Nyman, the batter. Nyman 1 for 3 today. Set another strike there. 0-2 now the count to him. The 0-2. Laid off, 1-2 now. Gilberti sets the pitch. One on a miss on a drop third strike. Throw to first is in time for the out. So they get out of the inning, but not before the Titans pick up another run off of the Jamie Alerte RBI double. The Titans now up 7-4, and we head to the 6th. Back here on WHCI as we take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Hall Titans. They'll go on the road to play South Windsor, and then they'll come back home next Monday to play Conard in the big Hall-Conard game. That's the first game of two meetings against Conard. You see there at the bottom they face off again. That is the Mayor's Cup there in the second meeting. The first meeting is the Police and Fire game. It's always fun when those two teams face off. They will then, after Conard, go and face off against Bristol Eastern before coming back home to start off May against the Riverhawks of Farmington. And they go to Avon, and then they'll see the other side of Bristol, Bristol Central. And then this is a big one, Manchester on May the 8th at 3:45. What are you doing on May the 8th? Well, you better be watching Titans baseball because that's a rematch of the CIAC Class L first round in which Manchester upset the Titans. And in the offseason, I asked Coach Rick Sanford how he felt about that game, and he told me they still got a sour taste in their mouth. Well, they'll be eyeing that one. As soon as the schedule released, I'm sure that was one of the first games they circled. As we are getting ready for the start of the sixth inning, Titans up 7-4 on the Panthers. Matt Lebrecht, the new pitcher for the Titans. He'll get the nod after Davidson went 5 complete, only allowing 4 earned runs. That one is inside for a ball. Davidson, a great performance despite the 4 earned runs allowed. I would say that's pretty good against a team that is known for their offense. And the pitch. This one is swung on. Sky high. Gertner is in left field all the way from shortstop. He's there to make the grab for the first out. The Titans looking to keep this lead they've got going. They'll win their first game since their last home game when they played against Newington. They're coming off back-to-back losses versus Berlin and East Catholic, lost by 1 run in each of those games. It's the first time they've lost back-to-back games since May of last season. That was also the only time that they did that last year. So it's not something they do often. Both instances this year and last year were in road games. They did not lose back-to-back games at home last season. In fact, they didn't lose 2 games at home last season. They only lost 1 regular season home game last year. Ended up going 9-1 at home. This one is swung on, fouled off. The story really hasn't changed this season. They've only lost 1 up to this point, though it was earlier in the season that last time, as last year by this point, they were still undefeated here at Hall. Of course, they dropped that match to Southington. It was a close game, though, for those that didn't see. That one's a ball there. Southington, a really tough team to beat every year. They always have a good roster, good pitching. And the story hasn't changed this year. They lead the CCC Central as Lebrecht picks up the K there for the punch-out. Matt Lebrecht. It's 2 outs now. Platt looking to maybe get something going as they look to pick up a win. They started the year 5-1 in back-to-back seasons. The first time since at least 2012 that they've done that. They swung on and hit this one into right field. Shower there to make the play for the out. So Lebrecht comes in, and 1, 2, 3 go the Panthers. We've played 5.5. We head to the home half of the 6th. Titans baseball is presented by WHCI. Coverage throughout the baseball season on West Hartford Community Interactive is sustained through community support and tax-deductible contributions, helping ensure that local programs and student athletes continue to be seen and celebrated. As we start off this inning with a ground out from Josh Gertner on a first pitch swing to the shortstop, mark it 6-3. One shortstop grounds out to the other. So that'll bring up the three-hole hitter for Nick Sanford's side. And Kyle Sharkey. Sharkey playing second today. Last time we saw him, he was on the mound. And before that, we've been used to seeing him over at the hot corner at third. Chilly day in West Hartford here. That one's in there for a strike. Thought about swinging there, holds off at a ball in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher. 2-2 now the count. .47 degrees and cloudy right now is the live cast, as that one is outside for a ball. But there is a lot of wind. The wind in the valley of West Hartford over here at Hall is very evident as Sharkey picks up a walk. Not as strong as it was last time, so really not too much of an effect on balls hit in the sky today. The last time we were here, it was really windy, and so anything hit in the sky, I mean, man, you didn't really know where it was going. That sun, though, peeking out. So that definitely will play a factor. So they'll check on Sharkey at first after the walk. Nothing doing. This is Max Hanawalt, 0 for 3 today. Sharkey leads off first. They'll check over on him. And he's safe. Good birdie sets. Runner goes. Pitches a ball. They will not throw, so he picks up a stolen bag there. And now that puts a runner into scoring position with only one gone here. That one is upstairs. Hanawalt playing the DH position today. We're used to seeing him over at second. Sometimes we see him out on the mound. And today he's getting a day off from fielding. Looks at a strike there. Sanford this season not afraid to go with different batting lineups. And he's really got a lot of talent to work with. I mean, 1 through 9, I mean, we've seen a couple different lineup changes this season at home, and Titans still find a way to put a lot of runs on the board. So, I mean, you can see he's got a lot of talent to work with. So, I think it's really helpful that he's got this pool. It allows players to have days off that they otherwise wouldn't have had. This one is skied into center field. Center fielder Ortiz is there to make the grab, toss in, and will not be in time. So Sharkey moves over to third off the sacrifice. And that brings up one of the CCC's hottest hitters in Quinn O'Neill. O'Neill, a 3-sport athlete. You can find him on the football field in the fall. You can find him in a swimming pool in the winter. And right now you can find him in the batter's box here in the spring. O'Neill, a righty hitter. He's 1 for 3 today. Swing and a miss, or a strike there. O'Neill not afraid to attack pitches in the strike zone. Ones that would otherwise be laid off, those are the ones that are up and in or just borderline strikes. He's not afraid. Strike there. So O'Neill will go down with the strikeout to end the inning. 7-4, the Titans still lead it. We've played 6. We head to the 7th. Last call for the Panthers here on WHCI. Back here on WHCI as we get set for the 7th. Matt Lebrecht out there on the hill. This is a save situation for him. Comes in his 2nd inning of relief. And it's last call for the Panthers. Trail by 3 entering the 7th. Pitch from Lebrecht is a ball. This will be the center fielder Ortiz. He's 2 for 3 today. Set a ball there. So Gene Ortiz, the junior. He's the 2-hole hitter. Pops this one up center field. He's there to make the grab for the first out. So that'll bring up the 3-hole hitter, Braylon Silverio. He's part of that top of the order with Ortiz and DiMatteo. DiMatteo, of course, a college commit, Division I for Central Connecticut State over in New Britain. Silverio at the plate. He's 0 for 1 today. Nobody on and one gone. Lebrecht sets the pitch. This one is skied into right. It'll get down for a base knock. So with one gone here, they have a runner aboard. Picks up his first hit of the ball game here. So brings up Jaffe. He's 1 for 2 today. Swings and hits this one, grounded down the third base line and foul. Lebrecht working on his second inning of relief. Titans are looking for back-to-back wins versus the Panthers. This would be their first home win versus Platt since 2017. Throw to second for one. The first, Panarella had to jump up for it, so the runner will be safe at first on the fielder's choice. Tried to go for the twin killing there. Well, that'll bring up Kenneth Morrow Jr. A 2 gone, 1 on. Panthers down to their last out. That one is low for a ball, 1-0. It's only their second meeting since 2017. That was the last time the Titans beat the Panthers. This is only their second home meeting, I should say, since 2017. Right now, they are third in the CCC Central, only trailing Bristol Eastern and Farmington. Both of those teams do play today, but a win and a loss from Bristol Eastern would move them into second, and sole possession of second, I should say. So we'll have to see what Bristol Eastern's got going on. This one is fouled away. Meanwhile, for Platt, they are tied for second in the CCC South. They're trailing only Southington. They're tied with their crosstown rivals of Maloney. This one is swung on, running it down. The center fielder there to make the grab for the out. Well, that will be the ball game here. The Titans able to pick up a win against the Platt Panthers. Get their first home win against them since 2017. And they now improve to 12-2 in their last 14 home games dating back to last season. So the Titans are a strong team, and they prove it once again. They will drop the 2-game skid that they had going on the road, pick up a dub. They'll go back on the road now before coming back home next Monday. We'll see them a week from today in the police versus fire game. That'll be a fun one as we'll continue right into the post-game show. We won't go anywhere yet. We'll have post-game interviews coming up shortly, but we'll head right into the Titans post-game show here on WHCI. So Titans pick up a victory, 7-4. The story of the game was really their offense. They never failed when they needed it most. They were able to come through. And they pick up a narrow-ish victory, 3-run victory and now improved to 12-2 in their last 14 home games. They also pick up their first win versus Platt at home since 2017, and now it's back-to-back wins versus the Panthers. Meanwhile, in the season, they pick up their 5th win on the year as they try to keep climbing that CCC Central. Again, coming into this game, they trailed Bristol Eastern and Farmington. Well, we'll have to check and see what Bristol Eastern is doing right now, but if Bristol Eastern loses, Hall has already picked up the win, so that would move them into sole possession of 2nd. Farmington does also play today as well. And they're in 1st, the Riverhawks. Meanwhile, for Platt, they are tied for 2nd coming into this game and now probably will drop to 3rd. They were tied with Maloney coming in. They'll play 4 of their next 6 games on the road, including today's game against Hall. So there will be a Road Warriors for them coming up. They're 5-0 at home this year and now pick up their 2nd loss of the season, 5-2 on the year. Both of their losses were on the road. Their only loss coming into this one was Simsbury on the road. And now they pick up their 2nd road loss and their 2nd overall loss. 0-2 on the road this year, 5-0 at home. They do have 4 wins against teams above 500. The lone outlier was Montville, who they played in Florida at the ESPN complex. So that'll do it for this game, Platt and Hall. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and we'll have post-game interviews here at WHCI. As, again, the final score here, Hall wins it 7-4 over the Panthers. Thanks for watching the post-game show. We'll be back with post-game interviews shortly on WHCI. Back here on WHCI with Mr. Jamie Alerte, and you had a great game behind the plate. We were talking a little bit. You have tough shoes to fill. How do you feel you've been doing so far?
The best I can. Yeah, it's Tyler's very good, but I'm just trying to just be myself and just make the plays that I can make. So.
Yeah, and you were good at hitting too today. Obviously, picked up that double, pretty clutch double too.
Yeah.
Just talk about your plate appearances and what you're seeing with the ball.
Well, that one was the first pitch of the at bat. Pitcher just left it over the middle, so I just saw that one well and just put a good swing on it.
And obviously, this is a team that had a lot of returners this year. Some new faces. How are you adjusting, now that you got the trust of your coach in the starting lineup? Any added pressure there, or, what's the mentality?
No added pressure, really. It's just, fun to be out here playing baseball. Just got to enjoy it because it's a game at the end of the day.
And we were talking, Conard's coming up. You're going on the road first, so you got to worry about South Windsor. First comes first. But everybody loves a police and fire game, right? That's a week from today. It'll be your first on the varsity team. Talk about how excited you are for that.
Very. New uniforms. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to beat Conard, so, yeah.
Well, you heard it there first from Jamie Alerte. It'd be fun to beat Conard. He said it, I didn't. So that was Jamie Alerte. And we've got a couple more guys waiting on deck. Jamie, thank you so much. Great game.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
So we'll move on right over to our good buddy Quinn O'Neill. How you doing, Quinn?
Not bad. How are you?
I'm good. Not as good as you're hitting, though. Man, you are out there with a paddle. I swear, like a fishing paddle, or maybe you're seeing the ball as a beach ball, dude. What are you seeing on the plate?
It's been a good year so far for me. Coaches make it super easy for me. They're telling me just if I see it where I want it, take it. It's been kind of hard because I like hitting early in that count, so it's been kind of hard to differentiate between what I want and what's just kind of there early in the count. You know what I mean? So, I give it to the coaches. They've really helped me out this year. I kind of struggled last year a little bit, but this year they helped me out a lot and just helped me kind of simplify everything and make it easy for me.
Is there something you worked on in the offseason? Because obviously we were able to watch you last season too. It looks like you have a little more pop in your bat. You take your swings a little different approach, at least from our angle. Is there anything you did in the offseason that you can think of?
Yeah, I didn't really do much baseball in the offseason, but a lot of lifting. I was in the gym a lot over the summer and the fall, so I think that probably plays a pretty good part.
It's working out up to now, at least. I mean, you're sending those balls into the outfield pretty easily. And you're also playing. You were the third today. I mean, we talked about this last night. You're third today. You played catcher. I mean, you played designated hitter. I mean, this guy can put you anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, is there anywhere you're not comfortable playing besides the mound?
No, I actually played in right the other day too. It's kind of just wherever they need me. We have a lot of pitchers that also play positions, so if they need to start, then I can go wherever, fill their shoes. Yeah, it's fun. It keeps it entertaining, never boring. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
And obviously, we just talked with Jamie about this. You got Hall Conard, on a week from now. Obviously, you got to focus on South Windsor first. I'm sure coaches are telling you guys, but we have to ask while we're here. Hall Conard, any thoughts?
Yeah, I hate Conard. I'm really excited for that game. It'll be, it's cool being in the off season with those guys. They're all nice from the same town and stuff like that, but really don't like that school. So it's gonna be a good matchup, and I'm excited to win that game. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys play with them in the summer. I mean, there's got to be at least some friendly competition.
Yeah, for sure.
A little bit.
I mean, Grant's going to the same place as a bunch of a couple of their guys. So, it's all friendly at the end of the day, but it's also a rivalry. So, yeah, excited to get it done.
Well, you heard it there from Quinn and Jamie. They're ready to take on Conard in a week. Make sure you watch that on WHCI. And Quinn, thanks so much.
Sure.
Great game.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.
And that will bring on the head coach of the Titans, Nick Sanford. Nick, how you doing there?
Yeah, I'm just happy to get a win after a couple tough games last week for us. So we responded well, and it was good.
Yeah, it's always tough. We were talking about on the broadcast. One-run losses are always rough, but you guys are putting up a lot of runs. It just so happened that the other team had put up more. Is there a mentality that you guys have going forward now that South Windsor's on the road, caught a couple of important road games? Is there a different mentality you guys will take with you?
The biggest thing I've been trying to tell Art, we've been really good early in the game, and then we hit a little lull where we disappear for a few innings and then maybe tack on a few runs like we did today. it's just staying consistent throughout the whole game, not giving away at bats. Treating every inning like we're winning, trying to win that inning, and so the guys have responded well. Offense has come around, especially from some of the other guys that were struggling a little bit early. So up and down the lineup we can hit. So it just depends on whose name's getting called that day to be the guy to drive us in. But Quinn has been a constant for us. He's been awesome. I think he's got over 20 RBIs already. So he's been a big piece of this lineup, and I don't expect him to slow down anytime soon.
Yeah, and speaking of the lineup, I mean, we were talking about it a little bit today. You're able to change that lineup so frequently. I feel like last year we saw a very similar lineup game in and game out. Now, I mean, we're moving the lineup around a lot. Does that speak to the talent that you have this year?
Yeah, we're just trying to find the right spots for guys, which makes our lineup kind of flow. With Jeff and Josh at the top, they're really good base runners, so we can steal a lot of bases when they get on. Tommy had a slow start, but he's starting to swing the bat better. So we moved him down so you could see a little bit better, some better pitches to hit, and that's paid off dividends for him. So, I mean, we got guys up and down. And then Jamie, Jamie's not really – he could hit, 4, 5, 6 for another school, but he's hitting 9 for us, and he's been doing great from there. So it's just kind of up and down the lineup, everyone can hit.
And obviously, we have to end it. We can't end it without asking about Hawk Conard. I know you're focused on South Windsor, but police fire game, this will be yet another one for you. And you're a first responder yourself. Just talk about how special that game is and how excited you and the guys are for that next Monday.
Yeah, it's always fun. I mean, we've been lucky. We've had great weather every year that we've had it. It's an opportunity for the fire department guys, the PD guys that come down and support the teams, and they enjoy it. So it's always a fun game. Adds a little extra flavor to just a regular Hall Connor game. So with that and then the Mayor's Cup at the end of the year, it kind of makes these two games, regardless of record, a lot of fun.
Yeah, they're always a great time, and we'll be streaming it and all the festivities next Monday here on WHCI. Nick, thank you so much again. Take care, man.
Yeah, we'll see you. Thank you.
Nick Sanford there, the head coach of the Titans, who won again today. Picked up a win after their 2-game skid. From all of us here at WHCI, Dave Petrella, Josh Michelson, and Matt Orey to my side, this is Anthony Altamirano saying so long from West Hartford.